Welcome to the first ever episode of This Might Be a Mistake podcast. Uh, if any of you are watching this on YouTube and you're probably thinking why I look so dead, it's probably because I have been sitting here for more than 3 hours trying to film this. And at this point, I am kind of considering whether I should even really do this for my first ever podcast. So just bear with me until I get some more energy throughout this time. Um, so yeah, welcome. This might be a mistake, and the reason behind that is life can be all about mistakes, I think, and we have been working on this for about 3 to 5 months. We actually started the discussion about it when we were uh, in our postgrad, during our postgrad, and we were thinking, hey, you have done this before. Why not try it again? So the reason we actually then thought, okay, fine, let's start something, creating a podcast, was because I know there's so many people very similar to me and to other people who are going through a very similar situation currently, which is looking for a job. So we wanted to kind of have a discussion to people and just have a one-on-one chat or whatever it is, make them somehow manage to go through the day. That's what we're looking for, and we're not looking for a trend or anything like that. I think for me it was more of a hobby, so that's what I'm trying to do. And right now there are only two of us, actually. When I say we, it sounds like a massive people of group, but we're actually just two people, and it's one of my friends, and they are behind the camera. They are mainly focusing on whether I look good, and probably right now I don't because I'm very tired. Uh, but that's what they're doing, and it wouldn't be happening if it wasn't for them as well. So thanks to them, and yeah, so this podcast is basically around that sector. It's just basically having fun, having a chat to the camera, and whoever is watching it or whoever is listening to it, to have a a very fun conversation. I am very fond of listening to podcasts. I listen quite a lot throughout the day, and it kind of helps me to calm down, relax, and it gives me that relaxation to do something. And when I'm ever stressed out, I just put it on and I feel very calm. It's like having a discussion with someone. I like someone talking to me, and I like it when I talk as well. I talk quite a lot once I get comfortable with people. So maybe over the camera for the first 2 or 3 episodes, I might be a little uncomfortable or feel like, okay, what is this guy even trying to do? Is he talking? Is he doing something else? So just bear with me. I will try and improve as much as I can through the later on in episodes. My name is Sanjay, by the way. I definitely forgot to mention that at the beginning. But yeah, I'm Sanjay. I'm 24. I just graduated or about to graduate, but I've just finished it, my postgrad, and currently looking for jobs. It's a bit of a tiring, hectic. Some people would say, I don't want to do this. Some people would say, I love doing applications. And some people would say, I don't mind it. But for me, it's very tiring. uh, so it's a bit of a hectic thing, I think. I think when we're talking about jobs, and it's a bit of a, it's like a circle, right? You start at one point and then you try and go around and then you have to do it again. The whole thing again. application for different jobs. It's a little bit chaotic as well. So that's what basically this podcast is for. Not just for jobs, not just for people to listen, but it's for people who are in a very similar situation like us to know that we are also in a very similar space. And for them to also know that you're not there alone. You have other people out there who are struggling just as much as the people who are watching this. So that's basically it. That's the fundamental of this podcast. And as much as that's there, we're also trying to have fun. It's a fun thing, it's a hobby. There's gonna be a lot of mistakes, and there are gonna be a lot of up and downs. And that's why we're here. We want to just talk about it, have fun, and engage with you guys as much as we can, as much as do what we can the best. So, talking about jobs, me and my friends, we actually started job hunting about 6 months ago, thinking that, what, okay, eh, it's gonna be a bit of a hectic thing, but maybe we can help each other out and try. So we started applying, and we got a few people contacting us back, but at the same time, most of them were scam companies, and that is something that's been going around quite a lot this year. I don't know if there are other people who have experienced it as well, and if there are, please let us know. But there are so many scam companies who do pyramid schemes, and it's just like, wow. So here we are trying to apply for jobs, and we got a few interviews with these scam companies. And then when you're in that interview, before you're about to start it, you feel so proud of yourself that you achieved something, you got a offer or whatever. But then when you're actually sitting in front of that person who's interviewing you, you think, am I actually getting interviewed for a job role or something else? Because it doesn't seem like it's a job interview, and they ask the most unnecessary questions. So, for people out there who are applying for jobs, I would say just have a look out and be careful and take your time. You know, everyone starts, their life at a very different ages. So, if you're struggling like me to find a job, just take your time. Don't just go for the first job you get, because who never knows? Maybe if you don't take this and you get another one, you might get a better opportunity. But at the same time, maybe if you don't pick the first one, you might lose out on a perfect opportunity. So I think it's all about kind of being composed, relax, take your time, think about it, and then accept whatever you get. And if you don't do, so someone like me, think of few things you can do. Uh, this is me trying something new. Where always looking into applying, and we thought about it, and we were like, maybe this is the perfect time for us to start this. You have the time to do it. Maybe the editing part or whatever throughout this podcast journey is going to be the difficult part, but I think that's going to maybe help you out later on in life. Maybe if you learn those editing skills, you can put that on your CV. You can maybe then apply for jobs related to those things. So that's us trying. I have done quite a lot of applications in the last 3-4 weeks, I would say. And there are going to be times where you have like a whole week full stretched with maybe people replying back to you, maybe people giving you interviews. And then there are going to be times where you don't get it. It's just a very dead silent moment. You're going to check your inbox on your email, and there's literally nothing other than probably some, discounted from all these clothing stores that you buy online. So it will be like that. And for people who are dealing with that as well, don't worry about it. It happens. And yeah, so that is quite of a, it takes time. So be patient. Um, I used to have it so difficult not doing anything. So it felt like a lockdown period again. You're just sitting at home, just applying for jobs, or you're going to a coffee shop, applying for jobs. Like it's 24/7, you're just running that in your mind. Okay, you wake up, jobs. Before you sleep, okay, these are the checklists you need to do before jobs. So it's like, okay, 24/7, job, 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 right? Applying for jobs. So that's why this all started now, all of a sudden, because we wanted to take some time from that, and we wanted to try something else, be creative, have fun. Job hunting isn't just about literally sitting on a chair and looking at your laptop and applying. It's also about thinking about different ideas and creativity, which you can then later think might help when applying for a job. So, all of you there who are listening or watching this, um, feel free to drop a message or contact us. We will discuss later about how you guys can contact us through this channel or through this uh, community. So definitely I will mention that later on at the point of ending the episode. So another thing we wanted to talk about today was, you might have a lot of things on your mind when you are going through such a hectic time. Like, what I'm trying to explain is, when you are applying, there are going to be a lot of things that are going to be going around your mind. Now, for me, I am a marketing graduate, and there's so many things. Now, could I have done it differently if I had chosen a different career and maybe had an easier opportunity to get a different job? Yes and no, right? So you don't know. It's things that are going to be running around. So if there are people there who are thinking the same, I think about it. Think that whatever you've chosen is because you like it, and just because you're not getting something out of it doesn't mean that it's all waste. I'm pretty sure if you take your time and you give it your best and be creative, you will get something out of in return. So talking about that, I actually remember after we finished postgrad, we went on everyone went for summer, right? Summer vacation. Some people stayed back, and I went to a summer vacation with my family. And I remember everyone was ready. Everyone was ready for the same one big question: what are you gonna do? What's your plan now? What are you gonna do? Like, it's like, okay, hello, I just studied. I just maybe want to take some time off, but at the same time, you don't know what to answer, because what if people take it in the wrong way? Oh, you're not gonna do anything. You're just gonna sit at home. You're gonna just. But when you ask people for help as well, it gets a lot, right? You have one person who will say comment A, and the second person will say comment B, and the third person will say comment C. So it becomes a lot. And when you're thinking about it, you would decide, okay, what do you do? Do you pick out on listening to the first person, second person, or third person? Was like, it was like a whole bulk of ideas coming in and knowing not what to do. So that kind of made me realize that, oh my goodness, like this is actually going to be a bit of a pain in the a, because everyone is talking to you from different perspectives and different angles, and sometimes you don't know even what you're saying. And Sometimes you might say to one person, "Oh yeah, I'm just gonna take a few months off and then look at jobs." And then another person you're probably talking to, you'll be like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna apply for jobs." So you're gonna have different stories to different people you tell. So summer holidays, not the fun. It was not fun at all. Not like how it normally is, right? When you go on summer holidays, you're having fun, just chilling. But yeah, it was a bit of unusual summer holidays because now once everything is done, everyone's gonna ask you about what your career plans are, what you're gonna do, where you're gonna live, are you gonna move, are you gonna stay here? So it became a bit of a hectic, bit of a torture time, right? Like you sometimes have that feeling where you feel like, oh my god, this is gonna be the most torturous holiday ever. So it was one of those days, but you're gonna have those days. And so once I came back, you kind of refreshed your mind, got into this whole thing of I'm not studying anymore. What am I supposed to do? So I started applying for jobs again, and the first 3 to 5 weeks was terrible. I didn't get anything, no contact from anyone. I didn't hear anything back from people for applications. And honestly saying, it was probably the worst, boringest 3 to 5 weeks I've ever done job applications. Like, you couldn't even, I didn't get any responses back. But I still kept on going. And recently, just 1 or 2 weeks ago, there were some few jobs or companies that wanted to do interviews or wanted to do some assessments before you do get onto the stage 3, stage 4. And you do those, but half the time it doesn't even make sense. You have to put two puzzles together or do some kind of stuff, and then you have some reaction tests, like I'm about to drive F1 car or something. And it was like, okay, what am I doing here? Like, am I doing applications or am I doing some, random test? So it was like a very rough time. And so I used to talk to a lot of people. They were like, try something else, go and, go out or walk. And so I started going for walks around the area, trying to, take some time off and all of that. But you're gonna constantly have that in the back of your head that you have to find yourself a job. If not, what else are you gonna do? And yeah, so I got into that whole, you got into that kind of a hole, like very spacious hole where you think you're floating away from everything and you're like in your own world. And it was kind of a bit of a rough, not rough, but it was a bit of like you had that up and downs in life. So go through one of those. And then when I moved, so I used to live in Norway. I was raised up there. And when I moved to the UK, I learned how to play golf. And it actually was quite boring at first, because you had, a golf ball, and then you have to have the clubs, and you have to whack it. So I probably wasn't the best at it when I first started, but I kind of saw a whole different meaning about golf as I got into it more and started playing more. And now I've been playing for more than 7 to 8 years, and it's probably one of the most best thing I ever joined. And golf is something very close to a lot of people who plays, and for me especially, it's very close. I feel like it helps me mentally. It gives you different things to do. Like, every time you go to the golf course, and let's say you're one person who's going to play, you're going to be eventually be paired up with random people at the golf club, because there are going to be hundreds of other people playing behind you or in the front of you. So you need to have that, moving in a speed. So I remember there was a time where I played with some random uncle here in the UK, and I was not normally. I got very nervous because I didn't know how to play when I don't like it when people look at me when I'm playing sometimes, and I was also very shy at that time, and he just started a random conversation and he was talking about what you're doing and how I am, and it all became a very like a normal, like you knew the person for like you know 2 3 years. It became like you're talking to one of your best friends. So by the time we finished 15, 16, 17, and this guy is like smashing me at this point. He's probably won the game as well. He's smashing me, and he was like, "Why do you play golf?" And I froze. I didn't know what to ask, like answer, and I said, a lot of people told me it's a fun sport and to try it out, and here I am. And he was like, "I play like he's like he kind of talked about it, and then he goes, "I play golf because I want to network. I want to socialize with people. I am 50, 60, somewhat that age." And he goes, "I just want to socialize. I have." He was working in certain company before, and he tried everything, and he feels that his mental health or his time to take some kind of pressure out is to play golf. And that was something that kind of made me then realize that it was a bit of a, huh, okay, maybe I should look at it like that. So I started looking at things in that certain way, and I started getting a bit more open to people, started talking to people, communicating, and it became the most funnest thing. I have met so many people through golf just in the 7 8 years, and wonderful people. And it has something also to do with me also being able to bring that confidence to talk as well. But I've met so many people that it has been such an interesting thing. I also play when I go travel, and which is quite fun as well. And I wouldn't say I'm still a good golfer, but I'm here and there. But for me nowadays, golf is just about going and socializing. Like as much as you want to play well, I also like to talk to people, and the people I'm with is always quite fun and interactive. So that's the best thing. So yeah, if you all are thinking about getting into golf, definitely try it out. It's quite fun, and yeah, and yeah. So next thing that we were looking to talk about today, which was a bit of a mix up, because when we were talking about, okay, how are we gonna make these episodes, or what are we gonna talk on these episodes, we were kind of confused because we didn't want to make this boring, in the sense that just talk about jobs. I think it's gonna be it wasn't gonna be like that, right? So, and I wouldn't say I'm very much of a funny guy, but we want to make the podcast show as fun as possible. I think that was also something that we came around when we discussed, okay, so what is the podcast going to be about? So we want to make it fun as much as we can as well, but let us know if you all think there's anything else we can talk about or discuss, or even if there's any topics that you guys want us to talk about, please let us know. Um, we are just two people who are just straight up beginners who have no idea what we're doing sometimes. And if you all have any suggestions, also please let us know. Even if you have negative comments as well, please put them down. I'll take them as a motivation and try something else as well. So yeah, so don't try and think that any of you are gonna somehow get under my skin or anything, because that's not gonna work. I have that around me anytime. Um, so next thing we were thinking, like I mentioned, was to now this is something we want to hear from you guys at some point, which is we have built a community page on Reddit, which is called This Might Be a Mistake. And all of it will be in the link below under the video, or even on Spotify or wherever you're listening it from. And we want you to put down your stories or your thoughts of what you think. Just anything. It can be even the most randomest thing. Like, I don't know, I went to uni today, and rather than listening to the professor, I was in my head. You're just thinking the most random things. Just write whatever you want. We want to hear what you guys have to say. And the reason we want that is because we want you to feel that we are exactly in a similar situation. Thinking about that, I actually have a very interesting story to say. Um, so I remember going to my second or third class when I was in undergrad, and I was studying here in central London, and it's quite weird because it's not the same as high school. This is all like you have classes in different. Sometimes you have to walk like 5 to 10 minutes just to go to one class. It's just like painful thing. So I remember sitting there, and I probably had like one friend or one or two friends, and we were sitting together, and here we are talking until the professor comes, and then he comes. He starts his presentation, his lecture, and he starts discussing about sustainability. I think. I can't remember. It's 4 years ago. So he starts talking about that, and my mind has gone, like, it has left the place. I'm thinking about what I'm gonna do once I go back. I'm thinking about, okay, shall I go to this pub, or shall we go and meet our friends in another place, or shall we just sleep it off? So while I'm thinking about all of this, I can just, this guy, the lecturer, is talking, and I don't know what's going on with me. And then all of a sudden, he calls my name and he asked me if I'm all right. And I started getting a little embarrassing because I didn't know if that was the first time he had mentioned me or if it was the second time, because everyone looked at me and it looked like a shock. So I looked at my friend and he was like, the lecturer called your name 3 times. And I felt a little embarrassing because I had blanked out. So feel free to put whatever you guys want. It can be, we're not going to put anyone's name in there or anyone's thing. So if you want to just write your stories without, us or anyone who are listening to not know their name or your names, feel free to write there. And we're also gonna probably at some point later on in a few episodes later probably have some stories or Instagram stories and stuff where we'll be posting a few, like some questions that you guys can also put your answers to, where you can ask questions, or maybe some polls where we'll put, okay, should we try this today, or should we try that today? So yeah, have a look at those things, and bear in mind that this is our first time again, and it's just for fun. Okay, we're not trying to be professional podcasters or anything like that. Probably looks like that because we have a microphone and an iPad and whatever, but and a camera. But we just thought it would be much more fun to try something new, so we're trying. So don't take it too seriously, and that it'll be something that we're trying to create like a big thing here. This is all just for fun, and we're just trying to grow a community here where anyone, literally anyone who are either in the similar age, who are either going to uni or about to start uni, people who are thinking about changing their careers, people who have already started a career, people who are dealing with anything, or people who are struggling with anything, feel free to listen. Feel free to put your thoughts in. We're always here. Okay, so we're back again. Um, you're probably wondering why it's much more darker than when you first started listening to this or watching. Not listening, but watching. That was the wrong thing to say. But It's because our camera died and we had to charge the battery. And yeah, it just took us some time. And then I had to fix the microphone again because it was doing some messed up things. And I'm pretty sure just looking at my laptop, which you guys can't see, it's doing the same thing. But we are going to continue because I can't be retaking this again. So, like I mentioned, you have the community, so feel free to put whatever you guys want to have, put on the thoughts, ideas, and if you have any advice or help to people who are applying for jobs, feel free to do that as well. And the next thing we are going to do is something that I want to start actually doing more frequently at the end of the episode, where it's more, it's going to be like a Reddit. You all put your thoughts, we talk about it, nothing for fun. Even if there is anything for fun, make sure you put it, you know, this is for fun. These are funny stories so that, we can also joke about it. If it's not, make sure it's a serious thing so that we also know it's serious and we will make sure that we uh, take it in that way. Um, so my friend who is behind the camera has made some questions for me to answer. Because it is the first episode, we thought let's do an icebreaker. And just before I move on with everything, yes, I am wearing specs. And the reason why I'm wearing it is because my eyes are hurting from the lights, and I also needed to read stuff whenever, because the person behind the camera always keeps showing me small things that I keep forgetting, or something like that, and I can't see that far sometimes. So that's why I'm wearing it right now. So yeah, if I look different, yeah. So yeah, let's get into these ice-breaking questions. What is your current comfort binge show movie? Uh, Recently I actually was watching Breaking Bad. I know I'm very late, and I should have actually started very earlier, but it took me some time to get a hang of it. So been binge watching that bit, and the last movie I saw was actually, what was the movie I saw? The Conjuring. I watched The Conjuring. Yes, I watched it with my friend, the person who was actually behind the camera. We went to the movies, watched it. We got tickets for two shows, thinking it was gonna be one of the best movies, and as the fourth movie, as an ending movie, would be the best one. It was one of the worst horror movies I've ever seen. I'm so sorry for people who love The Conjuring, but I'm so sorry. That was like the worst movie I watched. And one thing is, I love horror movies, but I get scared like so much. Like, I don't think I've ever watched a horror movie without having a pillow in front of my face. So I pretty much did the same thing this time as well, but this time it wasn't as scary. Like, I could actually just be like, okay, just watch it. So yeah, we went to the movies, watched it. It was terrible. Tried to get refund for the other tickets. There were some technical issues or something, so we didn't get. So we were like, you know what? Fine, you all take the money. We don't really care. So yeah, that was pretty much the last movie I watched. Next, the other question is, if your friends had to describe you in 3 words, what would they say? It depends which friends, because I have very, very, very different friends in different things. So like, I have my girlfriends, I have my friends who I play online video games with, I have my uni mates, I have my family friends. So if we're talking in general, I'd probably say chatterbox, as most of you probably know by now. I talk a lot. Socializing, yeah. Second thing would probably be, if I'm very comfortable with people, I'm pretty sure they'll say I'm very energetic. Uh, yeah, that's second thing. Third thing would probably be, I don't know. probably the 13th. Oh, okay, this asked the wrong person. I think the third. I think what? Yeah, I think yeah. I think yeah. Maybe third thing would probably be chaotic, but I think that's very mixed with energetic. So yeah. So I think those would probably be the third three things that they would probably describe me as. What's one weird adult habit you have now that you never expected? Oh, okay. Funnily enough, um, a lot of people, I don't think my family inside the family does, but I think a lot of people outside, the people I just meet outside, they think I'm very mature for my age. And I think that has probably something to do with me growing up with a lot of the uncles around the family, like family friends. I'm very I mainly hang around with them. When it comes to golf as well, I play with them most of the time, and I kind of learn everything from them, like all the good stuff. So I think that's one thing I kind of didn't expect. I kind of dress in a very different way. Like, okay, right now I'm wearing normal clothes, but when I go out, some people think I overdress sometimes, uh, for the most randomest occasions. And I'm not gonna lie, I think I learned that some things from my dad. He loves to wear shirts and tuck it in, be a little stylish. And I don't know, for me, I like it, so I don't change that about me. I like that. I'm pretty sure you guys will see some very, very weird fashion sense in the next few upcoming videos because I'm gonna probably wear something very random, and you're gonna think you're gonna sit inside the room wearing this for a podcast, and I'll be like, yes, I will. So I think that's something I didn't expect, but yeah, here we are. If you could swap lives with someone for a day, who would it be? I don't know. I don't honestly don't know. Probably someone in my family, and the reason why is because I want to see how I look like from an outer perspective. And yeah, again, very narcissist thing, but even now, like when I am filming, for example, I don't think I can ever look at myself while I'm editing. So I'll probably have the person who's behind the camera to do the editing because I can't sit there and edit and make sure that, this is the voice and this is the thing while I'm looking at myself on the video. So I can't do that. And I'm never, ever gonna look at my videos that I make ever again because I can't do it. So I'll probably, just for the interesting thing of it, I probably wanna, yeah, just to see how I. Very narcissist, but it's alright. What's the recent small win you're proud of? I don't think there could be, but I don't think there's anything specific that's so recent. But I can actually mention a big thing that I was actually very proud of myself for, which happened last year. So we had a golf tournament, and I came third place in Division One, and it was something happy. I was quite proud of myself, and it was something I didn't expect when after playing, and they called up my name. I was like, "What?" So confusing because I was expecting someone else to win. So I think that was the biggest achievement, like the biggest one so far. Yeah, I would say. Uh, a recent small one, I don't know. I haven't can't think of anything at top of my head. What's un Okay, sorry. What's one unpopular opinion you will defend no matter what? Unpopular. Uh, I don't know. Is there any unpopular? Like, just give me two, like a topic, and maybe I can't think of anything. Nothing. Okay, milk, cereal. Oh, do you put the cereal first or the milk? Okay, I think it's cereal, and then the milk. Uh, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be cereal first for me, and then the milk. You don't put the milk because it's illogical. If you put the milk in the bowl and then put the cereal, the milk is gonna splash out. You're not gonna take like a little bit and a little bit and then slide it in. It's gonna splash out when it goes into the bowl. So no, cereal first, then the milk. If your life had a background music, what song would it be playing this week? I don't know if I can't remember the name, but do you remember there's a background music where um there's like a bag, like a white bag in the middle of the road, just like flying away. If you all know it, please put it in the comments. But it's like a very sad. I'm not sad, but it's like a very like a quiet, lonely. It's like a white bag. It's like a white, like those shopping bags. It's just flying away. Huh? No, it should just be out there. I think it's a meme as well, if I'm correct. I don't know. But yeah, it's like one of those. Anyways, what's something you're low-key obsessed with right now? Ooh, actually, I have been recently watching Inside. Me and my friends, we've been watching it, and it's quite fun. We watched the UK one, but they didn't like it that much, so I kept on watching it. The US one, wow, it's a bit hectic. It's a lot, but I'm sorry if you're American. I'm not judging you, but what are you expecting? America is you know one of the best for like these kind of shows. So quite fun to see all those YouTubers or influencers, sitting there making the content. And there was one specific person who was being very annoying, but I don't think I'm gonna say it. Not because I think, yeah, if you probably know, if you know, just write it there. But I don't think I'm gonna sit here and talk about it because just having the point of thinking about it is just stupid. I remember watching the first two episodes and I was like, oh my god, like these guys actually got this person into the show. But at the same time, I guess it's building them a fan base, so fair enough. And just as maybe we might not like that person, but yet we're still watching it, so still money for them. There was one more question. Um, okay, what's a TV or movie character you secretly relate to? None of you are gonna know, and I actually keep telling a lot of people about this, but as you guys probably don't know, but my parents are from Sri Lanka. I am a Tamil, so I watch a lot of Tamil movies. It's just our culture. Big fans of those kind of movies. So there is a movie where there is a guy who basically, if you all know it, I'm pretty sure if anyone knows it who speaks Tamil or is Tamil, uh, you probably know it. But there's a guy who just finished his post grad or engineering school, and he's looking for jobs. And he's also, like one of us. He wakes up and he has one of his family members tell him, "Get up, do your things," da, da, da. And I feel like him right now. Sitting trying to do something. He has, if I'm correct, a Labrador, and the name is Harry Potter. And yeah, it's a very nice movie. I'm not gonna say it because I don't think any of you will pronounce it. Yeah. Anything else? Yeah, but I don't think anyone's gonna know it unless. So if anyone Yeah, I mean, if any of you who are a Tamil or even South Indians, you probably know the movie. So uh, just put it down in the comments. Because if I sit here and I'll try and pronounce it in English, it's gonna sound very weird. So, and it's a very long name. So I think that's it. But just before we leave, I just want to say thank you for all of you who are probably sitting here and probably think they might have wasted their time listening to this, or probably thought, okay, maybe I got something out of it. Ooh, this guy is weird, but he's interesting, or whatever you guys think. But thank you for listening. It's we both, myself and my friend behind the camera, we both appreciate it. We will try our best to make this as fun as possible as well. I know it was a bit serious today, but we will try and come up with some other things too. But please try and comment and put it on the Reddit community, or even DM us on Instagram. Uh, it's at this might be a mistake. We're trying to build much followers as we can, and we also want to try our best to be on time when it comes to uploading. I believe the first episode is not going to come out on the specific Thursday that we mentioned, which is totally fine because we all make mistakes at the end of the day. But we will try our best. If we don't, it's gonna be as soon as possible. And if that does happen, then well, then the following week you're gonna have two episodes coming out. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and please subscribe, please follow, like. What else? What else? What is the other things? It's gonna be available on Spotify podcast. I'm gonna read like a transcript behind. Available on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and YouTube. And there's also a link tree uh, URL in the description on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, most likely, and TikTok. Yes, we're gonna do TikToks, and we're gonna do some trendy things like a lot of podcasters do, which is cut down the do small videos where you guys can just look at the small clips of it. So maybe it can be like a teaser, so you might find it interesting and fun, and might want to hear the whole episode. So we're gonna do that as well. And I just want to say thank you so much. We appreciate it, and we love all of you guys. And keep believing in yourself and do your best. Thank you guys.